Hi, I'm John Lance, and welcome. This week we're talking to Cameron Markroft with Loan Market. So we've had a lot of questions from purchasers out in the marketplace as of late. So I'm here with Cameron to help discuss what can be done to help suit your needs when it comes time to securing the best mortgage rate out there. So Cameron, you'd like to introduce yourself?
Hi guys, Cameron Markroft, Loan Market, based in Remuera here in Auckland.
So Cameron, why should we use a mortgage broker instead of going directly to the banks?
Yeah, good question, John. And I think there's three facets to that question that I'd like to probably answer why. First and foremost, in this market that we're currently in, we're finding that the credit appetite with all the banks varies significantly. So while one bank may say no, another bank may say yes. Now that could be the difference between people continuing to look for a property or just saying, I simply can't buy. So what we are able to do is go to the market and find out which solution is the best for our clients. Secondly, when it comes to pricing, again, we're negotiating with the market. We're talking to different banks and we're comparing their offers. So we're able to present the offers to you, and then you can choose which bank you prefer from that. Third, and probably most importantly, John, is around the advice that you get. So the structure and how you put that loan together, whether it's principal and interest only, fixed for what year, floating, revolving credit, offset loans, which structures, trusts, LTCs, which are looked through companies, they all play a very important part in your loan structure. So that can save you thousands.
Yeah, well, speaking of money, a lot of people think that there's a service fee that's required when they go to a mortgage broker. I know if I deal with my banks directly, they advise me that there's going to be $2,000 or $3,000 that is going to cost to actually apply and approve the mortgage. So what are your fees?
Yeah, look, this is one of the big questions that we get quite often, and we're lucky to be in our industry. There isn't no costs when we're dealing with the mainstream banks. It is very rare for a fee to be charged. Generally it's for a short-term loan and so forth. So if you're buying property, which are long-term loans, there is no cost to you. Our service is completely free. We're remunerated by the banks, and therefore I'd probably say it would probably cost you not to use a mortgage advisor sometimes.
Yeah. Great advice, great advice. Now, as of late too, we found a lot of buyers aren't in a position, or they believe that they're in a position to be able to buy once they find that property, only to find out that they require more information from the banks. The pre-approval that they once had is no longer in place. So how long does it take now to get a pre-approval from a bank?
Yeah, the pre-approvals do vary from bank to bank. Obviously we try and get all the documents up front to limit the time from back and forth. But I would say in this market, you're generally looking at 3 to 4 days with a majority of the banks, with one potentially at about 6 days.
Great, okay. And the other thing is, I know, like for myself, if I have my insurance and my homeowners, my contents insurance with a particular bank, and I've got a great relationship to them, so I'm not really keen on shifting banks, would I be able to keep the same bank if I get a mortgage through
Sure.
you?
Absolutely. Look, in my business, I try to keep my clients with their existing bank. What we then come in to do is just keeping them honest. We're comparing the market. So if you're with a bank A and you're happy with bank A, we want to make sure you stay there. However, if bank B and C are offering a bit more, we will be going back to bank A to say, hey, you need to sharpen your pencil a little bit to keep John at your bank.
That's great advice. As somebody that's working for you to get your best rate, and who's batting for you, and who's on your team. So if you'd like more questions and answers, please give me a call, John Lance at Ray White, or certainly contact Cameron at Loan Market directly, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thanks for joining us.